Good morning and what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Subi Shaves video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. I'm gonna say it right now. Subi smiles to all of you and squad goals. Thank you so much for clicking into our shave video and for joining me today. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here. Whether you're a brand new user or somebody coming back for more, thank you again for sharing your time with us today and showing the channel a little patronage. Hopefully today, wherever you're watching from, you got yourself something cold in your hand, could be tea related, and you're sitting in a comfy chair, wheel it on in, get nice and comfortable, and thank you again for being here. Today we're going to be rocking out with a brand new set that I just got from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This again is a set that they're re-releasing. This is Tea Party 508. This is a re-release set from 2015 from their New England Wet Shavers meetup. I really like the set. It is a tea forward, tea focused kind of set. I'm going to be very upfront with you. When you sometimes read the word, this is tea forward or tea focused, for me, most of the time, those kind of scents come across as either being kind of fake or a little too floral. For me, I really like this one from Doug. It's balanced. It comes across the nose from the very top of it being a tea scent, right, obviously, but the green tea on the top notes mixed with like kind of a slightly citrus kind of, it's very balanced, very nice, very inviting citrusy scent that mixes with a greener, like herbaceous, almost like darker version of the green tea and white tea, right? The white tea brings up some florals. You get this green tea that's kind of like green and earthy. And then at the bottom of this, what I'm getting is like this sweeter, like maybe from amber, or there's a little bit of salt water mixing in there. And then I get a dark black tea, Earl Grey kind of scent. It like balances it, rounds it, it brings it back down from being too whimsical or too, floral, too sweet. I think this rounded bottom note of vanilla and kind of like a black tea kind of balances it all out. It does smell like some handcrafted artisan tea. Like if you were going into like a tea store and they're going to make you a specific tea with a bunch of different blends, the white tea, everything in this smells expensive. It smells nice and it smells inviting. I like this a lot. I think it's one of those scents for summertime that's just going to play really, really nicely in your arsenal. I really like this a lot. I'm thinking that it's one of those ones that I'm going to have a hard time putting down for this time of year. Again, it's got the 13 bags, if you see here, to represent the 13 colonies. It's very fun. It is very New England. And the scent on it, again, is probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not super like prominent. So if you're going to be wearing it around people that are very sensitive, I think it's nice. I think it actually comes across as being a very inviting, very enjoyable scent. Today, we've got it lathered up in our Phoenix Dreamscape Scuttle. And again, huge thanks to Doug, Fran, and Hux for including us in their journey, remembering us in their scent releases, and for allowing us to do the review. What an awesome opportunity. This is CK6 again, and it does not disappoint. No bubbles, absolutely shiny, thick, and slick and hydrated. Today I'm really excited. I was making a mess with it. I was having so much fun playing around with this stuff from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. You can see I've already got it whipped up on the dome, but we're gonna add a little extra just for some fun to show you how it gets on. Oh, it is nice. Really like this a lot. Very inviting, again, very inviting. I do get every single versions of the tea, and I think that's really important to mention. I get all the different types of tea that he has mentioned are in the set, which I love. I like that it's balanced. I like it's like a bouquet of floral and kind of earthy and dark. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it does smell like tea. Today we're gonna be rocking out with this again. I know some of you are like, again, I love this. Chris over at Backroads did such a good job. Chris at Backroads Gold, I wanted to specify Backroads Gold. Again, Chris did such a good job on this Aristocrat, did fantastic work getting me that door fixed and making it so that everything lines up nice and tight and straight. Again, this is a Gen 3, late 40s, early 50s, depending on who you talk to, Aristocrat with the rhodium plating and the spiralized knurling that only England saw at this time period. Really love this razor. I think it's one of the prettiest ones you'll ever released. And today we're going to be using it to knock off like 38 hours of stubble. I can tell you this, on the face today, it absolutely slayed. I even got a little tiny mark. I don't know if you guys can even see it right here. Just a little tiny mark, because it's super efficient and deceivingly smooth. It's one of these razors that I have a hard time with. Some of these kind of TTO styled razors from the 50s, 40s, 50s, right? For me, they end up kind of being deceptively mild, but very efficient. And so I almost go in pressing a little too much with the TTO styled razors. And honestly, they're a phenomenal shaver. These are worth finding. That flat bar makes it very, very smooth on my skin. But that heavier base plate, right? This comes in at that 88 grams. It's the heaviest of the English Aristocrat lineup for me, and it's just such a nice pairing. It's a really good pairing, and again, deceptively smooth for as efficient it is. Again, 36 hours here-ish. Let's see how it does. Let me show you why I've really fallen in love with this razor in the last one shave I've done with it, right? I've only done one other shave with it, but so far, every single time I've had an opportunity to get a shave on, I am going to be looking at this one for the next while and saying, what do I want to pair it with? It shaves absolutely as good as something that would belong underneath a rainbow. For me, it's a bowl full of the Malos. The good charms going on there, and I'm super excited today to be using the T4 T-Focus kind of scent. It's that time of year where I love sun tea. I love getting an expensive tea. Back in the day, we were absolute Tiavana, me and my wife, just hounds. We were collectors. We would go in and see if they had new sets. We still actually are people that will order it over at Starbucks, but if you're curious, Starbucks actually purchased Tiavana, and then they discarded all of their inbox, at least the ones that buy us, they discarded all of their stores, their brick and mortar stores. So we couldn't go in and get those like specialty tea blends anymore, which is kind of sad because those were some of our favorites. I love that Doug has come in and brought out such a nice, inviting, enjoyable, but still smells like tea, right? It doesn't smell chemically. And I just want to preface that again. To me, a lot of tea scents that are tea forward or tea focused, they don't come across as being tea to me. What I usually smell is like a perfume or something that smells like that belongs in a bowl next to a couch, right? Something like, just something about it I don't usually like. But I don't like potpourri for the same reason. But for me, I don't want to put potpourri on my skin, right? That's just not something I want to do. But this doesn't come across as potpourri. It comes across to me as, again, like something you would smell in a very high-end, exotic, little, small blended artisan tea store. I like that a lot. And I am getting such an efficient shave. Again, I cannot preface that enough. How efficient this really is for as mild as it is. Huge shout out to my buddy Lee. My buddy Lee, I'm going to mention him by name. It was actually the guy that convinced me. He kept telling me, he's like, you got to try it. I love mine. Every day I see him use his, I was like, I want to try one of those so badly. And I wanted the Gen 3 just because it was the flat bar, it's the heaviest. And I love that case it came with, right? The Gen 3 for me is absolutely the razor that I quested for, I dreamed for, and on it, it was a grail. It was a true grail for me. And when I bought mine, I cannot tell you how sad I was that it was in such bad repair. Honestly, it's one of those ones that snuck past me. It got past the Subi eye, right? Got past me, and I was really let down with the quality and the performance of the bent head, right? I was like, this is not gonna work. It doesn't hold a blade, it doesn't secure a blade. I didn't think it was safe to use. And I was just really happy when I reached out to Chris. He said, you know what? Honestly, it goes like, I don't think it's going to be perfect if I try to fix it myself. Why don't we just replace a part and it'll be solid and perfect for you forever. I love that. I love when somebody says, I recognize my personal limits. This is my limits. Let's see what else we can do. Let's not give up on the situation. Let's make it work. I really love that Chris takes the time and the effort and the energy to interact with each person. And he takes each project so personally, right? I love that he takes each one personally. I think that's awesome. I think that's what makes Chris one of the people that I love recommending, because he puts passion into his craft. Wow. And boy, does this thing shave good, man. I can't smoke the snot. I can't knock the smile off of my face. It's awesome. Really smooth shaving. Very enjoyable. Very relaxing way to get the stubble off during the day. If you ask me, for a dome shaver, this is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of the TTO lineup. It surprised me, honestly. I thought the HD 500 was going to be the razor that I love the most out of the TTO lineups. I tried a bunch of the English flare tips. We got a rocket. We've tried a light version of the HD 500, which was actually aluminum. And we tried a heavier version of the HD 500, like the standard version of it. I am telling you, this razor for me is almost like a combination between the two. I really like this. It's just so smooth, but deceptively efficient. It really does cut through the stubble like butter. It really does. It just, you can hear it glide through, and then it's perfectly smooth. I love this shave. Talk about an aristocratic level shave, right? And that's why I kind of like this, pairing the British aristocrat with the tea set. I thought it kind of worked, right? You get that New England style with a little bit of the revolt going on there. I like that. I think that's kind of fun. Got the tea party mixing in with the aristocrat. I don't know. Call me an idiot. I like the shave. I like the shave setup, and I really enjoyed getting that stubble to come off that easy. I mean, whoo! Yeah, really good shave. Really, really comfortable. Again, thanks again for joining us for it. I hope that helps if you're looking at the scent review and you like the concept of tea being a part of your morning shave routine, right? And that's part of the thing. It kind of feels like you're getting like a tea scrub or something very high-end. It smells extremely high-end. Boutique-esque is how I would phrase it. It smells like something you paid way too much money for that comes in a little tiny bottle like this that you add 3 drops up to your skin, but it's like a soap you would shave with. Really nice. I like that a lot. Again, Tea Party 508, slapping it down, and it is available. And if you want to support the channel and you like the review, you can use our link below. That does help the channel out, and I do appreciate it super a ton. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. You are personal heroes of mine when you do that, because it makes it so that I can do things on the channel without getting her angry and wanting to murder me. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you for helping me out in that way and making this channel a possibility. Let's get a little splash on there and see how she do. Let's see what it does. Yeah, I don't like sleeping on the couch. And fortunately for me, because of the combination of everybody here's support, we're able to do some fun stuff without that having to happen all that frequently. Man, what a beautiful, what an enjoyable, intoxicating, yeah, that is so nice. The dry down on it's crazy. It goes really high, super sweet, super floral, then kind of greener, then earthier, then darker, and then like got this really rounded, fantastically well-balanced bottom note. The black tea note to that mixed with the honey, it becomes the prominent scent in the back. So it kind of takes that green tea away and combines it with the sweeter notes of the white tea. Yeah, that is dynamic. It is really pretty. Like that a lot. Again, from Doug over at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and is available. Heck of a shave. Heck of a shave. Gotta watch myself there. Really, really enjoyed this one again. And thank you so much for joining me for it. I hope you have wonderful days, and I hope you have very smooth shaves. I know for the next foreseeable future, we're going to be seeing a lot of this one, and I hope you're okay with that. I'll catch you in our next Subi Shaves video, and until then, Subs out!